What is up, Horror Hounds? I'm back early. I know it hasn't been 7 days yet, but I got so many requests and recommendations, and most of them were shit. So good job, guys. But we're going to go over that tonight here in just a minute. I want to thank all of my subscribers and all of the, all 38 of you. I love you guys so much. My boy Coda, he has donated his microphone, which now I will be able to use to sing you lullabies. Sleepy, dreamtime songs. Anyways, this is a viewer recommended request edition of horror movie review time tonight. So hopefully you guys are on the list, because there was only, technically there was only 2 of you, but then I got an extra one outside of YouTube, and then one before that, which was, man, I don't even know what to say. My God. Whiskey. We're going to get into our first movie tonight, which was recommended by Pepsi and Kimmy. You may know Kimmy from her YouTube channel, which there is a link in the description below. Hopefully I'll remember to do that. Go check her shit out. She does makeup tutorials and stuff. Mostly it's about eyeshadow. So this comes from Pepsi and Kimmy, who are in Los Angeles right now, and they're bored as fuck. So I went ahead and watched this movie as per their recommendation, and I can tell you that the acting in this movie was fucking stellar. The performances in this movie were fucking stellar. I can also tell you that it took me 3 fucking times to get through this movie, because I fell asleep every fucking time.
It's gonna be nice. You're gonna be happy.
So there's a lot of stuff going on in this movie. There's a lot of immigration stuff going on, and like prejudices, and also let's go ahead and skip back here just a second. Cockroach pizza, it's very delicious. Do you guys know who that is? That's fucking Matt Smith. Now, Pepsi and Kimmy may not have known this, but I fucking hate Matt Smith. Do we know why I hate Matt Smith? Matt Smith is awful. Awful person, because he replaced David Tennant as Doctor Who. Don't judge. Don't judge me. His performance in this movie, as brief and wonderfully brief as it was actually pretty good. He didn't irritate me to the point of where I felt like I had to turn it off. So a lot of this movie I was confused about. Like, am I supposed to be scared of like ghosts that are in the house, or like demons that followed these people over from immigration land? Or there's a bunch of undertones in this movie that didn't like, don't get me wrong, like everything about this movie was extremely well done, except for the fact that it didn't hold my attention at all. These like, yeah, I get it. These guys had some shit happen to them, and it was bad. Felt extremely relevant to 2020, with, immigration and stuff, and like just a bunch of like fucked up shit that's happening or whatever. And that's cool that you want to drag all of that into it and kind of make it spookier than it actually is. I tried really hard. 3 times I tried this movie, and it, like, performances were really, really on point. The spooky parts were kind of spooky. I mean, to me, this was just a horror movie. So, and I checked it out, and meh. If you guys want to check this out, go ahead. I believe it's streaming on Netflix. That's what it says up at the top there. But I didn't care for it. Sorry. I'm an asshole. Now we're going to move on to movie number 2, which was suggested by the McBride team. And this movie is called The Books of Blood. Very loosely based off of the Clive Barker Books of Blood. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I watched this movie twice, and I forgot that I watched it the first time. Because it was that good. I also have to be honest with you guys, I have read the Books of Blood, I can't tell you how many times, and I mean, not recently, but there was a lot of whatever is going on in this universe that didn't make any goddamn sense to me at all. None of it seemed familiar to me. It all seemed like new stories, which I'm not opposed to. I would love that, but nothing in this movie suggests that it was written by Clive Barker or that I would remember anything like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think, like, other than, like, the wraparound story, which was terrible. It was terrible, and it was confusing. So I also feel like Hollywood had a massive potential because Clive Barker is a wonderful writer. And instead of getting into the meat or midnight meat, you guys know what I'm talking about, the midnight meat train. This did not work for me at all. There was bad acting, there was bad story, there was bad makeup, there was bad everything. Potentially really, really cool, and it wasn't at all. This movie was massively disappointing because from Clive Barker's Books of Blood, if you guys read all of the little anthology snippets, everything is beautifully orchestrated. And as far as I can remember, there was not any kind of wraparound, but they decided to tie all these in together because that's how an anthology works usually. And they just made this into a fucking train wreck. I suspect the McBride team has come to the same conclusion as I have about this movie. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of eyeball poking and shit. Like, yeah. Hulu original film, and that's where it should have stopped. Hulu original film, movie about some shit that people did. Not Books of Blood. No thanks. I don't recommend you watch this. No part of this movie was good. Moving on to number 4. Rapid trailer. Right. Okay. This was recommended to me by a very old friend of mine. You guys might know him as Agent Zed over on the Retro Access Deluxe page. He sent me a link, and that's all he sent. Like, I have no fucking idea if he's seen this movie or not. If I had to guess, he probably didn't, or maybe he did. He's just being a dick, or maybe I should stop taking recommendations from Zed. You know how normally when you're telling a story and you don't give all of the details to the audience and you want them to kind of figure it out, but you drop little hints and everything like that throughout the story, and the audience goes, oh shit, I understand. There was none of that in this movie at all. At all. Apparently this puppeteer is now retired, and he's been carrying around very awkwardly, I might add, which I pointed out a number of times. I fell asleep through this one, too. I pointed out a number of times of how he was carrying his bag. Like, I don't want this. This is gross. So, puppeteer, retired puppeteer, goes back home, I guess? I don't know. He's haunted by this puppet that he keeps trying to get rid of. Which, I have to tell you guys, like, puppet is fucking terrifying. It was the only redeeming quality about this movie. There were a lot of really, really cool visuals in this movie that I think everybody appreciated, because I watched this with my boy and my wife, and there was a lot of like really cool stuff going on in here, but it also kind of added up to being like this shit art house, like, well, we're gonna tell a story and give nothing else, no explanation to anything at all, and that was really disappointing, because I mean, even those stories that don't give you all of the information still give you like little hints, like, oh, that dude did all of that shit, holy fuck. And by the end of the movie, you figured the whole thing out, right? Like, it's a giant game of Clue, except nobody has fucking dice or pieces or cards. I mean, I don't know. Like, the whole thing was, like, it was really well done, and the puppet, like, fuck the puppet in the neck forever. Because it was scary as fuck. Like, gross-ass puppet, and it keeps popping up, and the eyes are all open and big, and there was no wrap-up to this movie at all. There was no kind of like, hey, did you guys think that this happened? Well, it did. Or it didn't. Or figure it out for yourself. I gotta hand it to Agent Zed. Like, Possum was definitely weird. Parts of it were very not good. I don't know. I'm sure there's tons of underlying, tones in it that, like, I didn't pick up on, or I didn't understand, because there's shit loads of symbolism in this movie that I just, like, okay, well, I guess the green gumball things taste like vomit? Which is supposed to represent what? If you guys have problems with, puppets and shit, like, definitely check this out, because it will give you fucking nightmares for sure. Give you nightmares about having, like, open-ended business, like, not being wrapped up or whatever. I don't know. Check it out if you guys want to, and if not, alright, you guys. I know this is gonna sound like something that Cromdor from Retro Access Deluxe may have written. This movie is called Butt Boy, and I know it's weird. Is it a horror movie? Huh? I don't know. Is it a comedy? Is it a dark comedy? I don't know. I was recommended this movie by Natasha, and she kept trying to get us to watch it over and over and over again. And I was like, no, because we watched the trailer, which I'm about to show you right now, at least snippets of it. This movie looked so bad and so stupid. And then I guess Natasha and Corey were on the phone one day, and Natasha kind of explained the premise of the movie a little bit more in depth. And Corey was like, I think we should watch this movie. And I was like, alright, it's fine. I put you through all kinds of hell all the time. So, alright, yeah. If you guys know me by now, I know we used to have that rule back in the day where if there's no tits or violence in the first 20 minutes, like, it's like, alright, get out of here. That's not the case anymore. If we start a movie, and I'm doing it for you guys, if we start a movie, we unfortunately finish the whole thing, even if it takes me 3 times to do it. So based off of the trailer of this movie, it looks greasy and it looks like shit and it looks bad. I mean, minus all of those awards. So it's about this dude
on the missing child that vanished from Cap
who finds this fetish that he has of like sticking stuff up his butt. This is really hard for me to talk to you guys about seriously because the whole premise of the movie sounds so fucking stupid. I'm like, I'm not watching that. No, this is a movie that Cromdor directed, like, and wrote and starred in, and like he was the only one in the whole movie. Like, it looked so bad. It looked so bad.
this morning.
And we gave it 20 minutes, and I was like, well, fuck. Well, now I have to know what happens. And it got fucking weird. The movie was weird. I mean, the whole premise of the movie is this dude like sticking stuff up his butt, but then it doesn't come out of his butt. And I don't want to give too much away of the movie, but like, it gets fucking weird as shit. Super weird as shit at the end. Like, really fucking weird. And this guy bought all of it. Yeah, and he sticks like all kinds of weird shit up his ass, like spatulas and bars of soap and children, and like none of it ever comes out. And the end of this movie was it was really oh, yeah. This movie is also chock full of male ass. I mean, there was a bit of nudity in it, female wise, but out of the 4 movies that I have watched over the last week, this one wins. It's real fucking weird, and it's hard. Like, I'm gonna leave a link to this trailer in the description below, and you guys should check out the trailer, and you'll be like, fuck you, I'm not watching that. That looks dumb as shit. The first 20 minutes, we were like, well, now we have to fucking, we have to find out how all of this ends, because it gets really interesting, and the ending, I gotta tell you guys, is worth it. It's worth the wait. It's worth the it's worth telling your friends that you're gonna stay home, which I guess we're all doing anyways. But like, what are you guys up to tonight? Oh, nothing. We're just gonna watch Butt Boy. Like, what the fuck? Streaming, Amazon. Check it out. It's real interesting. I recommend it. I recommend that you guys check out this movie. It gets weird. It gets gross, and it's over the top ridiculous. Yeah, you guys need to watch Butt Boy. Out of all of the movies that I watched. But that being said, too many butts. That being said, I do appreciate all you guys' recommendations. Keep them coming. I will do everything that I can to do another viewer review. I like it. It gives me a variety of things to watch that I may have not seen already, which is badass. Love that. Very good. Keep that shit up. If you guys are not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And make sure to hit the bell button so you guys know when I post new videos. Just like tonight, this one is early. There may be more early videos if I keep getting more suggestions. So, that is it for me. Don't forget to check out Retro Access Deluxe. Don't forget to check out Kimmy's page, where she does cool makeup about eyeshadow and stuff. A lot. and it's good. And I will see you guys in the future.